I go back to, again, knowing who your target market is, knowing what their problems are, and then positioning yourself about the solution. And when you make a video, you make that video for that one person. It's kind of hokey, but that whole who is your person that you could envision on the other side of the camera, speak to them, speak to them. And I had one client who was very, very nervous about getting in front of the camera. So I told him to get on a Zoom with his wife. And I said, have her be in another room. You get on a Zoom call, pin you yourself as the speaker, hit the record button, and let's work with that. And he was able to talk to his wife. Sometimes it's all about when you care more about the other person on the other side of the lens, you get out of your own head. And that's something that I learned in Toastmasters. It's never about you, it's about your audience. Plus, also, too, I tell people we're all natural storytellers. So if you can work your videos within a logical short story, one idea, one story, one point, there should always be tell a story, make a point. That is much easier than the stress of like, oh, I wrote a whole script and now I have a teleprompter, but now it's shining in my glasses and people can see it. I tell people, don't do that. Just think about what you want to say. Make that one point, put it on a business card. If you can't put your point on a business card, your point's too big. So make one idea and then come up with a story. That's how I won at Toastmasters. That's how I won impromptu speaking. I have a story file. It's an Excel spreadsheet, and I have everything of how did I get my dog at the rescue? What did I do when I was on the cruise? What happened when I was a kid and I was locked in an elevator between floors? I list all those stories from my life because anytime I'm anywhere, I can pull out one at the drop of a hat. And that story, that one story about being trapped in an elevator at 8, it could talk about fear. It could talk about being resourceful. There's so many different things. So that's what I tell people. Make a story library for yourself and use that as a way to do videos. You don't have to worry about having special effects and all, a studio and all that stuff. Turn on the camera, tell a story to the one person on the other side of the camera, and stop over editing with everything. People over edit, and just know somewhere out there, someone needs to hear your message. It's that easy.
Genius. Because this has always been my attitude to public speaking, is if you're scared, you've got it wrong. Don't do it, because if you are standing up and you think it's about you, you've got it 180 degrees wrong. It's 100% about delivering value for the audience. And if you're not delivering value for the audience, then you deserve to get into trouble. And if you're more concerned about yourself than you are about them, then you are going to get into trouble. And this then comes back to this nemesis idea, the fact that somebody doesn't care about the audience, but is doing better than you. That for me is a real spike. That's a real motivator. Okay, good.
I had the same thing. I just want to let you know, I had the same thing. And that was my actual motivator to get in front of the camera. There was a huge influencer on LinkedIn. I won't name the person. And they talked about, and I at the time was wondering, how do you do those square videos with the captions underneath? And I just didn't know how to do it. And that influencer did a lot of video that I would have liked to do. And I just didn't have the skills. I didn't know how it was done. And I remember she said, if you want to learn the secret, I hate that word, but if you want to learn the secret to doing video on LinkedIn, click here to watch this video. And I clicked to watch the video, and she threw up money, and she says, money is the secret. And the idea is that you don't have to know how to edit your videos. You just make enough money to buy a video editor and have someone else edit your videos. And that made me so angry. I don't know why, but it was just like, I thought that was the biggest bait and switch I've ever seen. And I just made a pledge. I would never do that. I'm absolutely honest. everything I do, there's tons of people who will watch my stuff, who follow me, who go to my YouTube channel, and I will never, ever work for them. I'll never see a penny from anybody, but I just feel I've made the world a better place by making video as easy peasy possible.
Thank you for taking the time to check out this effective marketing clip. If you found this interesting and useful, YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy this one, and this is the latest thing that we've put together. If you haven't yet, and you could take a second to like, share, subscribe, and comment, that will give us the motivation to continue on this epic journey.